I got one too.
I look like fucking Emperor Palpatine.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jesse Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taylor.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
Hi, everybody. I am the world's worst podcast host who told you about a week ago that we didn't know when we would be back. But hey, surprise, it's today. And that's part of the deal with being the world's worst podcast host is I'm the last one that knows what the hell's going on. We don't know we're going to tell you what's going on. We know that we do keep to some sort of a schedule, and that is that we appear exclusively on days that end in Y. Speaking of Y, there's my good friend over there from southeastern Virginia who's going to say, why don't you have my music queued up and ready to go? Our good friend Jesse Martin. There he is. Look at him there. Now, Jesse, I have an email here.
Okay.
I have an email here that says, hey, tell the guy that is on the right to move over so that he's on the screen when he's on the phone.
I'm on the screen right now.
There you
if you're
go.
on the phone, you're just on the wrong way.
Well, now you're off the screen on the phone.
That's good.
There you go. So whoever
We don't need Jesse breaking phone screens.
We appreciate the feedback. And yeah, remember, you asked for it. All right. Anyway, over there, speaking of things that we asked for, is our good friend Scott Hartley.
Hello.
John, hey, doing, buddy?
Why is that doing that?
You know what?
Doesn't matter.
StreamYard is burping.
Yeah, third time's a charm, John. It's all good.
There we go.
That's what I've always felt. Third time is the charm.
It's the off season for us all.
It's not even so much that. I prefer it the third time because, you're not like, well, never mind. We're not gonna go there.
Who's this guy on the bottom left?
You're not
Never seen him before.
nervous.
Who is he?
Oh, this fella down here? Yeah, that guy.
Goodness. Hello.
There he is. It's
Look,
Max. Go ahead.
Look,
tell us where you've been.
I have wedding planning, so I have 1.5 million appointments to go to.
Let's try this cake. How does this cake sound?
It was 9 swatches of fabric the other day. So
9 swatches of fabric. For gracious.
That cat's got less claws in you. Jesus.
Well, the fun thing is, Scott. So I'm colorblind, guys. I can't tell a lot of the difference. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, that one. No, all right, that one.
That's a better shade of gray.
That's right. Yeah, I gotta say, man, the wedding is big and it's for her. That's for the wedding. The wedding is you go through all that crap for her. And I mean, hi Megan, I know you're listening to me. No offense to you, but yeah, man, we're guys and we're like, look, it doesn't matter. You could wear a pair of shorts. We don't care. Just let's get the show on the road.
You're wearing a button-up shirt and shorts.
That's right. I'm going to wear a Hawaiian shirt, pair of shorts, and I am even going to buy a pair of shorts that has a hem on the bottom of them, so it doesn't look all ratty.
Well, thank you.
Now, Max, since you're doing all this,
I won't be wearing athletic
bride, is she going to let you come to London? And
She'd let me. I'm not going though. I'm going to watch his dogs. That's where I'm going to be.
Oh, you're regulated to dog watcher. I see.
No,
that's what I want to do.
Yeah, he's get out of wedding planning. Sorry, I gotta go feed the dog.
2 weeks worth of just sitting at home. Sure.
We have to pick the napkin folding. Come in. It's going to take 3 hours. We're going to pick the napkins the way we want them folded.
Look, the thing I always say about weddings is you'll want the money after you're done. You'll go, man, that was fun, but boy, I wish we had the money. Because yeah, man, once those wedding planners even see you, they're like, oh, I blinked my eyes. That's $1,000. Oh, I blinked them again. There you go. 500 more bucks. Tony, how much did you spend when you got married? Oh, by the way, here's our good friend Tony Wheat. Tony Wheat, tell us all about your private life.
I didn't get married.
You didn't get married? All right.
He said I was smart.
I'm so cheap and tight that that seemed like a better option.
Okay, well, I tell you what, that's why they made you move to Ireland, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. Plus, I've never found anyone.
Now we know it was Scott. We know what happened with Scott. It was a drunken.
Yeah, it was cheap and tight. That's what it was.
Yeah, Scott woke up and was, he was staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
No, I told you already. It was like a gypsy wedding. I grabbed her, and that was how it was.
Wrestled her to the ground.
I was like, "You're coming with me now." That's it.
What he's telling us is that Karen showed up at his house trying to sell him little trinkets and charms. He just grabbed the door, shut her in the door, threw her in the basement, and said, "You're not getting out till you say yes."
That's it. Lucky Heather, John. Lucky Heather. Yeah.
Hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome in.
Evening all.
Welcome to the general bullshit session of the show. Who do we have here? Got anybody good? Who we have here? Who's this? Frito Enrique. What's up, Frito?
Frito's
Nice to see
laid back.
You know what? I would really like it if that, what's up, Lars Kramer. What's up? How are y'all? We're good. I'm going to speak for everybody. And because Tony here is from Ireland and we've got Scott from the UK, I'm going to explain what y'all means. I mean, I'm sure you can figure it out. All right. But this is a definite thing that, Scott, you're going to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Although you'll be up in the Northeast. They say yo and things like that up there. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'll read.
All right. So speaking of Frito, what I would really like, and if anybody can make this happen, that German guy from the draft, I want his little dog Frida to make an appearance on the show.
Apparently, he's going to be there for week 1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's
or our opening weekend game.
We're playing the Panthers?
Carolina.
No,
he's just coming to see us.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently,
that German guy that had the little dog Frida on TV.
Is Frida coming?
Cool.
Possibly.
That would be cool. They won't let Frida in the stadium.
I mean, she could be a service dog. You never know.
No. German service dog named Frida.
Might be.
All right. Let's see here. This person says, I be an alcoholic. How to find real love, guys. All right. So everybody, this is the part of the show where we really just talk to the crowd that's out there and see what the hell they have on their mind. And this person is trying to sell sex. So if you're interested, go ahead and let this person get a hold of your credit card number. I'm sure that they will make use of it quite well. All right. Anyway, we do have some Commanders news to talk about. Believe it or not. And really, it's no fucking news at all because you all know how I feel about rookie mini camps and shit like that. Oh, boy, look at what we saw right there. Look at that Sonny Styles.
You know what the most important part is?
Supposed to be throwing a ball to him. What?
The most important part. Hurt. No one got hurt.
That's true.
I do have some thoughts, though, but we'll start with you, Jesse. What do you think about what we found out or saw at rookie minicamp?
Sonny looks fast. I mean, t-shirts and shorts, but and a kicker's got a strong leg. It looks like he was hitting from 53 and they were going into the woods from reports. That's about all
are the woods to the right and left or straight? We've had plenty of them.
Yeah, I said they were straight on. But yeah, I mean, from everything that we hear, his legs looks nice and strong, and I mean that's why they brought him in. Moody's got a noodle leg, so we'll see if this kid works out. But again, I think all eyes were on Sonny and Antonio Williams, but Sonny was the main target of everybody's affection when it comes to reporting on the team, and so far he looks the part. Obviously, no pads. Time will tell, but yeah.
I'll tell you what did we see? Scotty, what did we see?
Not a great deal, to be honest with you. Sonny with a green dot, people running around in shorts. That's pretty much it. This is like Mitch Tischer said earlier on the bunker. It's orienteering. It's the first week at school. Here's the cafeteria. Here is where you go to. This is the room that you expect. You expect linebackers to be in. You know what I mean? This is how we build culture. This is how we do things over here at the Commanders, etc., etc., etc. Ad nauseum, job done. And that's all it is for a week. So yeah, fine.
Tony, did you get excited at all about this interception that Sonny Styles had? And then you see that it's the drill where they all kind of run in unison and they're supposed to pick the ball off.
I was going to say, I don't think it was an interception.
No.
No, I mean, it's nice. It's
nice
look
at this. Oh, guys, I don't mean to say it, but look at this.
Yeah, it's nice to see him in some form of uniform, albeit T-shirts and shorts, running around. And, from what I saw and from what I've heard from a few of the beat guys, it just kind of reaffirmed everything we already knew. So, I think, was it kind of talking about Josh Josephs and how he looked quite fluid and quite as if he had quite he was quite explosive. So but it's hard to tell at this stage. Like Scotty said, it's base camp basically. Simple as that.
It's a tick off the timeline. This is like kind of the first step of off season. The off season program, and your next will be the first sessions of OTAs, and it's just that timeline. That's passed. Let's move on to the next, and sooner or later it's going to be training camp and week 1.
Well, I'll tell you. Here's the thing. What I think about it, number one, is that everybody signed their contract. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Everybody signed their contract.
That hasn't happened in a very long time here.
Well, I'll tell you what. We were talking before about the collective bargaining agreement, which seems to have kind of taken a back seat now. But you know what? You guys, you young folks, man, y'all don't remember the days of the first round holdout. Picking the guy was not even half the battle. That was like 30% of the battle was to be able to pick the right guy. Then you had to sign him, and you could fuck everything with that.
Well, the most important one, the receiver from the Niners, Crabtree. I mean, he held out till week 12.
Yeah,
he wasn't the first that did that kind of shit. And it happened all the time. Anyway,
prior to 2011, it happened all the time.
I would say this. I am absurdly happy with this kicker. It's
speaking of which, Scott G.
Overanalyze
the fucking kicker.
No, it's not even overanalyzing. And I don't care about the kicker himself, that he's kicking it into the woods and here's what he said, because that's what I expect. I expect you to do that when nobody's looking, or when nobody's rushing and they're asking you questions. But the fact that they got another one in there and didn't just wash their hands of it and say, "Oh, Jake Moody, okay, we got one," because they did sign him, and they did that last year, and it bit them in the ass. So, me, bring those kickers in, bring those fucking kickers in, and the little dog Flida, bring them in, keep bringing them in, right?
Yeah,
I'm glad. Keep that kicking competition going. Keep the pressure on them. They should never relax.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite parts was actually his interview. I think it was in standing or like a group of reporters, saying that, he picked this place. He could have gone somewhere else, but he picked it. Obviously, this was the best spot. He thinks he has the opportunity to win the job here.
Right.
Obviously, he wouldn't.
He did say fuck Jake Moody. I heard him distinctly.
Yeah. He had opportunity to go to the Bills, to Texans, or the Titans or somebody. He was like, they just paid Bass like a fucking $1 jillion. So it's not like I'm going to make that team, but it shows confidence. He had a little bit of confidence. He was like, yeah, I think I can make this team. At least that's what I got out of it.
Good. I want him to be confident that he can hit from anywhere. Go ahead, Scotty.
No, it's Tony. He was
Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
I wasn't going to, but no. Look, the kicker battle is important because, at the end of the day, he is the one free agent who's got a chance to become a starter.
Mm-hmm. The fact there is a battle, that's where I'm happiness. Yeah, that's where
they acknowledged it, didn't they? Quinn was asked about it as to whether they were just bringing in another leg for camp, and he just said no, it's an actual competition.
Good.
Whether it's this guy or if we stay with Moody, I mean, regardless, it pushes and it shows competition, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think it's
Brandon
good.
McManus has been released.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. He was. All right, so there's been a lot of talk about have they helped Jaden enough, and the screaming memes are screaming. No.
What did you? What?
The screaming memes.
What's a meme?
Okay, a screaming meme was a weapon that the Germans had in World War II. Actually, it was called.
I'll look it up. Just open Twitter. Just open Twitter and you'll find a meme.
It long predates the word meme. All right. That is used in internet jargon. All right, screaming memes. The screaming memes open their fucking mouth. And now I can't even remember what the hell. What were the screaming memes screaming about there? Oh, that they haven't gotten Jaden enough help. And that, oh, look, that the Vikings have signed Juwan Jennings. And oh, look, these guys have done this. The Bills signed that guy. And, the Titans, they drafted Tate. They're trying to help out their guy. Have we done enough? We're going to start with Tony.
At this stage, no, but I don't think they're done. I mean, I think they clearly know something that we don't about the Ayuk situation.
Do that is? Yeah.
I'm absolutely convinced that between Peters,
I'm sure they do know,
and Daniels, that they have some kind of information that is not publicly available that tells them A, what his condition is physically, and B, what his condition is mentally. And then the other thing that needs to fall into place is when the 49ers are going to stop playing this game of taking the piss because they don't want to facilitate a move for Ayuk to the destination that he would rather go to.
I don't blame him.
Because he's been a prick.
I mean, I don't blame him. They can be a prick about it. I don't blame them. They owe nobody anything in terms of helping out a rival, right? If it was me, right? If I'm Kyle Shanahan sitting over there, for one, I'd have won the Super Bowl by now. You slacking fuck. But I would make sure that he's not getting mini camp, he's not getting OTAs, he's not getting in there before I can absolutely make sure. I'm not letting him go to the Commanders. Why give him all that time?
But there comes a point, though. There comes a point for the 49ers when this becomes a distraction for them.
True. Of course, they can always point at the power plant or the substation and go, "Oh, we don't have a good distraction. Look at that. Well, is this harming our players? Look at that."
Yeah, but at some point they're going to keep getting asked about it. Every press conference, he's going to get asked about it. Kyle Shanahan's going to get asked about it. What's happening with Ayuk? It comes a point where they just need to cut the cord, And if that means he signs with the Commanders, because they've been practically begging someone to make them a trade offer, and it seems that nobody is making
that contract you can't trade for.
Well, I read something that said the contract isn't as bad as all that because of the guarantees, and his salary this year is next to nothing, and the next 2 years are not. I don't think are fully guaranteed. So I don't think the contract's as bad as it is. But even so, I don't think anyone's going to trade for him because they know that they're going to release him.
Right. They'll try to outbid somebody at the end. Now, Scott. When it comes to Brandon Ayuk, could it possibly be that one of the things that is unknown information to the public is that he's got pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini? Seems like everybody does.
Good God, who knows? He might well do. I mean, he might end up at the Patriots. You never know.
I think that's going to be AJ Brown, sir.
Right.
Well, true, very true. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm torn between what do you do? Do you have Diggs or do you take Ayuk? What are you?
Fuck it, bring them both.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? We can make
take them both. Yeah.
Poll. Where's the polls? I'm going to put a poll up.
Hey, Simone.
I'd be amazed if they did
Our
that.
friend Simone is here.
Hey, what's up, Simone? All right. So let's see. That's going to be Diggs.
Hey, Simone.
Or Ayuk, and we're going to leave this up for the whole show. And I'm going to put.
AB's been out of the league for just a little while now. I'm hoping you meant BA.
AB's what, 5 years now?
Yeah.
AB's got serious CTE, so no, I'm all right, thanks.
Is AB not in jail?
No, he might be,
but he's not currently.
I mean,
he should be. So should all of these receivers that we're talking about right now. But hey, here's what it is.
Now, who was that fellow a minute ago, Scott, that put something up there? Wanted to know if we could walk from our microphone to the front door.
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea what kind of things people are asking us. But you know what? Let me just say this. If you live in one of these little tiny, ramshackle shacks that I see on the side of a mountain in Rio de Janeiro, and you've got internet enough to be able to come into YouTube and ask questions like that, more fucking power to you. All right, let's see. Here's going to be our poll question for the show. Who should the Commanders sign? And there it is right there. Y'all can do whatever you want with it. And I'm not going to show it, and we're going to put it up there right now. Y'all can do whatever you want with it. Answer it, Ayuk, Diggs, or other. And if you have other, put it in the chat for Scotty to see so we can laugh at your ideas. And, all right, so let's take a quick show of hands here among our group here. Hands up for Stefan Diggs. I'm up. All right, two of us.
Yeah, I mean,
three
bring
of us.
Him. Yeah, bring him. I would like either of them or both of them. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it necessarily has to be either or. I mean, there's no. Yeah. I can't imagine they'll get both, but there's no harm in trying to sound both out. So I wouldn't be opposed to Diggs.
The thing you're forgetting about Stefan Diggs is he's going to bring Cardi B with him. Now, I know you guys are, the older ones. Cardi B's ass won't be able to fit in the stadium. All right,
so that's why they're building a new stadium.
We're going to have
because I don't think they're together anymore. But
they are.
Are they together?
Yeah, they were at that event that he was here in town for a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah, I know Cardi B. I might be old.
But the thing about having a girlfriend with an ass like that is it hides the fact that you're wearing hot pink pants.
This is the thing about Diggs.
They broke up. Ramon knows.
And I'm getting like it's kind of false. Diggs and his diva antics. He was a model player at New England. He was a leader in the freaking locker room. Now,
who doesn't want to choke out their fucking housemaid?
That's true. In his younger years, yeah, he made some mistakes, but I think the older he's gotten, the more mature he's gotten.
Have you ever seen his clip on Family Feud?
No.
Oh boy, if you get the chance,
he was on. I'll look into it.
Oh my!
And so I would not be opposed to Diggs. He was a 1,000-yard receiver. He's not going to be the focal point as he was a focal point in New England. So no, I would not be opposed to Diggs. Now the Ayuk situation is a little bit different, and we just don't have enough information on him.
Exactly.
I would imagine the team does, especially through Jaden. Now, if Ayuk is ready to go, his head's on straight, in all fairness, I would take Ayuk over Diggs.
At this juncture, I mean, just because of the potential.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. And I'm kind of thinking long term because Diggs is going to be a one and done.
Yeah,
type
he's
of player.
He's a rental.
Now, if you had the opportunity, if all things are equal, I think you would take that potential and take that gamble with Ayuk and him possibly being here beyond 2026. Because I mean, when he was healthy, he was a damn good receiver.
All right. Really? So from there, here's what I'm going to say. That was what? All right. He hasn't played football in a long time.
That's true.
And that's true. That's where I'm at this point right now with Ayuk because I could take it or leave it, whatever. If I'm choosing between the two for this year or even for the future, I'm going with Stefan Diggs. I don't care about his off-field crap. All right, he doesn't end up. Well, I mean, he did end up arrested this time, but he was wrongly arrested apparently. But the dude produces. The dude fucking flat out produces. And if you look at his career statistics, all right, look at games played. He had 2 years ago. He had an ACL. He missed like 8 games. All right. Last year, 17 games, full fucking postseason, including a Super Bowl, 85 receptions, 1,000 yards. Right? Yeah, thank you, Simone. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you, Simone, for reminding me my task.
Diggs is 33, isn't he?
I don't care. Yeah, he's 33.
He'll be 33 this season.
The fact of the matter is, even if we sign him to a 2-year contract that's of like a reasonable amount, I think he can do it. Look at him. He is as durable as it gets, and he puts up. Period.
Tony, what's your thoughts on it?
On Diggs?
Yeah, or Ayuk.
I mean, Diggs had 85 catches for over 1,000 yards last year.
Yes, he did.
I mean, you take that productivity straight away. He's a local guy to some. He's a Maryland guy, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He's got some off the field stuff, but he's not a bad guy. He's just a bit of a boy. He's a bit of a player. So I don't have any issue. I mean, he's 32 this year, so like you said, it's probably a 1-year rental if he does come in. I would be in touch with his agent. I'd be saying, what are you looking for? What are you after? He might not want to sign at this time of the off season because he might want to hang on until, they were talking about it today about guaranteed money is not vet guaranteed money is not guaranteed until the start of the regular season. So I don't know. I still genuinely think that they know a lot more than we do about what's going on with Ayuk.
I will hit the like when Scotty helps John consolidate the chats. It's not me, man. It's the fucking StreamYard. And if Scotty can help John, then I'll stop blaming StreamYard.
Yeah, and you know, Peters and Kyle Shanahan and Peters and John Lynch apparently went out for, you know, we're having dinner at the owners' meetings and stuff like that. You know, they know more. They know what's going on with Ayuk. At the moment, nothing's happening. They're playing the long game. They're playing it out. And if it doesn't end up with us signing him, I'll be surprised.
I'm more concerned about his physical condition. Max, what do you think?
I mean, that's the thing with Ayuk is what is he? He hasn't played football in 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diggs and Ayuk tore their ACLs right around the same time. One of them had 1,000 yards. One of them didn't play last year.
One of them also helped his offense get to a Super Bowl.
Like I said, if all things were equal, right now we just don't have enough information, I think, to make it. But, you know, with the information that we had, you probably have to go with Diggs, you know?
Okay, Scotty, does anybody on planet Earth give a fuck about having enough information before they make a decision?
Well, I mean, honestly, these are receivers that are in their late 20s to early 30s. They're going to want to not be in minicamp. Like,
right. Oh, yeah. No,
absolutely.
right. Well, I mean, Ayuk should be.
Yeah.
He should be, but he's not going to want to.
If you give Diggs a playbook and send him home, I'm sure he.
What is Ayuk 27 or 28? I don't know. Is he 28? Ayuk 27, 28?
Somewhere in
Ayuk's 28. I think he'd be 29.
He's 28 currently.
Yeah. You know, who knows what his. If he plans on playing, I'm sure he's getting into shape. I would assume. If you believe those pictures that are out.
I'm not sure I do.
I don't know if I do either. That's the thing.
It's not impossible.
I think if Ayuk really wants to play, I think he wants to play with Jaden Daniels, and I think it probably is going to happen. If he doesn't, then now let me throw this back around.
I don't think
yes.
so.
What if?
Yes. Yes, he can.
What if?
Bring that question back up when Jesse's finished his point. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah.
What if they don't do nothing else at receiver? What's the reaction between this group?
Okay.
I don't care about the fucking social media because it's not real. What do you guys think about it?
Well, we all met through social media, except for me and Max.
Oh, yeah. I want realistic thoughts here.
I'm okay with it.
Frankly,
I'm okay with it.
They did help Jaden just because they're not going to bring in a receiver who has injury history or is, Stephon Diggs. They brought him a 2nd-round rookie. They brought him a 5th-round rookie running back. They improved the defense, hopefully, drastically.
That helps Jaden.
Got a tight end. They got a
Chigakonkwo is a big X factor that he's going to use quite well.
There's a giant question mark in Stephon Diggs, and there's an even bigger question mark in Brandon Ayuk. They didn't help him with question marks.
I don't think there is a question mark in Stephon Diggs.
What I mean by that is
Stephon Diggs, and I mean he is capable. He's not a guy on the decline. You're not signing him for him to get 400 yards and 2 touchdowns on 38 receptions or something like that. That wouldn't be too bad. But you sign Stephon Diggs, you've got a guy that's capable of 1,000 yards. You've got a guy that's capable of playing another role where he gets 55 to 60 receptions and 800 yards. That's what you get with him.
Tony, Scott, I'll throw the same question to you guys. What would your feeling be if we just didn't do anything else at receiver?
Tony, you go first, mate.
I think it's a bit of a risk. I think you're then going to be hoping and having to really hope that Antonio Williams comes on straight away. I think other than that, you've then got a bunch of guys behind him who are all not going to scare anybody.
Not yet.
I think bringing in, as we said, bringing in Okonkwo is good. Okonkwo needs to step up because Okonkwo, was only playing 50% of the snaps in Tennessee.
To be fair,
the other thing was his fault.
Sacks.
Yeah, exactly. Not necessarily his fault, but he's not been a full-time player. So I'd be concerned if they didn't bring somebody else in. I think the defensive improvements, I don't think you can underestimate how that does help Jaden. I mean, it's fairly simple if you think about it, isn't it? You stop them more often, you get better field position, you get all that kind of benefit. So they've tried. Just because they haven't signed shiny new superstar to pair with Jaden. You know, if we'd have all signed Jeremiah Love, it'd have been, oh my God, they've surrounded Jaden with all this talent. I don't think you necessarily have to do that, but I'd still be a little bit concerned about that receiver room if there's no addition.
Scott?
Yeah, for me, it's a little concern. I would think these were the two most likely candidates that you could sign off the street straight away, which is why we're talking about them. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't be 100% bothered if they didn't do that. I think there's other areas of the team that we can invest the money in. I agree with the pod earlier. I think corner is the biggest concern. Maybe an actual center as well would be a concern for me, which, again, I get why they're not doing anything with that. When you've got $50 million sitting there in the bank, you don't need to spend it all. You do need some contingency money. But what I don't want to do is get to the point where we're relying on the Chris Moores of the world again because of injuries and other bits and pieces. And Terry's coming off a down year and injured, so he's probably going to be his last season with us. So I'm a little bit concerned if we don't put anything else in that wide receiver room. But there's a lot already in that wide receiver room. So who are you cutting to allow a new signing?
Like
there's plenty of candidates for that.
For me, there wouldn't be much concern. It might be a little eyebrow raise. I think Jaden did more with less in 2024, to be honest with you.
Yes.
You know, we did sign, we did help Jaden out on the offensive line by bringing in Laramie Tunsil and signing him to an extension. We did bring in a underutilized tight end from the Titans in Chigaconco that has the potential to be very, very good.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
We still have Terry. I think our wide receiver room's better with the addition of Antonio Williams than it was in 2024. I think we forget sometimes just how good Jaden was.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
But not only that, we've got McCaffrey coming up, and I know people, they roll their eyes, but you know what? Year 3 is when the lights come on. If they're going to come on, now they're coming on. Last year when he got looks, he played well. Jalen Lane is coming up. People have no sense of patience anymore. They expect everybody to be out of the box, ready to go, be a superstar. Yeah. Some of these guys, regardless, need development, and those are why you draft them in the 5th round or the 4th round or anything.
Look
like
at
that.
Stephon Diggs.
They're coming, right? They're coming along. So, and honestly, I maybe I might be in the minority here. Treylon Burks came out of college with a lot of hype, with a lot of positivity. He had some injuries. That happens. You know what? If he comes along and does 3/4 of what everybody thought he could, we got a steal.
It wouldn't shock me one bit if Treylon Burks ended up being the wide receiver 2 that we were looking for all along.
Jaden is the swizzle stick. He stirs the drink, and that makes all the difference in the world when you have a quarterback. Now, let me shift it a little bit here. The running back room, all right, it is now packed. There's 5 of them in there that I can remember. 7 of them? Okay, so we got Bill, obviously. They just picked Katron Allen. They've got Rashad White. They've got Jerome Ford. They've got
McNichols.
They signed again. That's 5. Who's the other 2?
I thought there was 2 more. Hold the phone.
I mean, I'm not talking undrafted free agent.
There's an undrafted free agent in there.
Oh, so there's 6.
So even still, I don't see it. I mean, that's not a weak room. It really isn't. We're going to run a committee no matter what. And I think everybody is enamored with this idea now that you need the lightning back, right? You need Saquon Barkley. That's why Jeremiah Love, right? That's why Jesse is on TV going, oh, we didn't get Love. We didn't get Love. Oh, that was on our TV. But the thing is, with what we've got, I think we've got enough. All right, enough. I think as a group, they can rush. I mean, you get 2,000 yards out of the group, you're doing quite well.
You went cheaper, and you got a running back that can do the same thing as Rodriguez and Katron Allen.
Right.
You've got a receiving back in Rashad White. You've got your all-around durable back in Jeremy McNichols. We know what we can get out of McNichols. We've seen it for 2 years.
And he can block.
Like we have 5 heads of a running back that if we could squish them, they'd be the best running back to ever play the game.
Listen, I know everybody thinks Jerome Ford is going to be the odd man out, but he had some good time. He had some good time when Chubb got hurt in
He did
in Cleveland. So don't count this Jerome Ford out quite yet.
I just think it's a very high floor, low ceiling group.
Yeah, yes. I agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's not going to, I think this, I don't, sound like Mr. Negative here, but I don't think it's going to scare anybody. No. I think collectively, I think it's going to be one of these groups where the sum of the parts, is going to, the whole has got to be greater than the whatever the bloody expression is. You know what I mean?
The sum of the whole, some of the parts is greater than the whole, or whatever. Scotty, what the fuck?
The whole is greater than the sum of the parts, whatever it is.
Whose whole are we talking about?
It's like Max said, there's a lot of different bits of a jigsaw there. You put them together and you get a great looking jigsaw. But unfortunately, they're not that. So I just worry that it'll be competent, but not really going to scare the big boys. That's my sort of fear.
The thing about it that I would with a running game, especially in a committee, is you're right. There's not a lightning back there unless Bill. I mean, the dude does show promise to be that that kind of a guy. But I'm not going to say, oh, we got him. But the fact of the matter is, if I can get 150 yards rushing out of this group per week, hell yeah, baby, I'll take that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how you get it. It doesn't matter how you get it. But
right, as long as I don't want Jaden running as much anymore, we've got a lot of running backs. Dude.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, he's going to be part of the mix, as you know. So in terms of running backs, go around the room. Jesse, how do you feel about our running back room? Where are you sitting with that? Or do you think that it's an adequate group going into the season?
I think, yeah, it's adequate. There's nothing to write home about, in my opinion, but I think he can get the job done.
Hang on a minute. That changes my whole weekend plans. I was going to write to my mom and tell her about that stuff. All right. No letter.
We can get by. I mean, yeah, but John said you don't want Jaden use his legs, but that's part of his game. And,
it is.
That's going to be part of our running attack, and I think that's what makes it that much better. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think we necessarily need a home run hitter behind center because I think we got one under center.
Right. And a home run hitter is only basically set up by whatever else is going on around him. And we've got a dynamic package. And that, by the way, was my nickname in high school. Dynamic package.
Bill hit his home runs last year. Like, let's not sit
here
and just enact like, we're going to get, 3 yards. Bill hit his. Look at the Dallas run he had. Like,
yeah.
Look, I'm excited. Look at that. Oh, hey, Scott.
You said you were excited.
I was excited. That's right. I'm excited for
just
what
making
Bill
sure you're awake.
Look, you know what? We said it last year. Okay, he's a lot of kinetic energy in a small space. The thing is, nobody gets a solid shot on him, even when he's in between the tackles, because he's so quick. He looks like a lightning bolt zipping through there. Before somebody gets a solid hit on him, he's bounced off of him and is moving on to this next step. And give me him again with a year under his belt of off-season training with an NFL crew. Remember, he didn't play a year coming up to last year. Last year was his first year in 2 years of playing, but not because he was injured. He just, he got some kind of running afoul of the rules or some kind of shit. So, Tony, where do you sit with Bill as our top back? Where do you feel? Do you think we have a top back? Who's would be your number one guy going into each week?
Oh, God, I mean, it's hard to say that at this time, but I don't see Bill as an out-and-out, RB1. I don't think they've set the backfield up to have a three-down back clearly because you've got your passing back, you've got your third down guy, you've got someone with a bit of power. So I agree with Max in that he hit some home runs last year. He's got his ball security was a little bit dubious at times, but if he can step up in year two, I mean, he rushed for 800 yards and 8 touchdowns, was it, or something last year? So
3 games he just didn't play.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't see that he's going to become an out-and-out RB1, but I think he'd probably be the leading rusher in terms of yards.
That's good. Yeah, I think they might play the hot hand type of deal.
Yeah.
Sometimes they did that in 2024 with Robinson and Eckler a little bit. But I think between him and White, it could be one game White could go off, and the next game it could be Bill. And they'll use possibly Katron as a short yardage back.
Seriously, I can see White as an odd man out when I'm looking at Mick Nichols. Mick Nichols can do what White does, but I think he's a little stronger.
No chance.
Sorry.
I
disagree with that.
You've that's wow. That's a hot take.
I mean, there you go. I was egged on by this guy. All right, what song do you think he's singing?
Do.
The Max Verstappen one. Do. Max Verstappen.
Just say hello to these people here. I don't know what Carolina Porto is on. I'm pretty sure you have cancer, my friend. That's not something you say to your friend. It really isn't. I don't even know who that is. Scott G says he's reached the point where he hopes Brandon Ayuk gets released, and we don't sign him just to see everyone freak out. I agree with that. I'd love to see that.
That would be pretty funny, though.
That would be damn funny.
Fucking Twitter would melt down.
Let's see who else we got over here. Anybody? Okay. So did I interrupt a conversation? I just saw that thing and I thought it was pretty damn funny. No? Okay, then I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a top 10, and then we can talk about the schedule coming up, because we all know we're all going to London. Simone, are you coming to London with us? Come on, you're the Euro. You need. There is talk that one or two or several of us may take more time than is the week that everybody's going over, and try to go see the continent a little bit. Maybe go on some train trips. Have a local would be cool, man. Take us to some beer gardens. All right, let's see here. We're going to do a top 10 because we know we're all going to London. So first off, our resident UK gentleman, how do you feel about us all coming over to London? We'll start with you, Scott, since you actually live in Britain.
I'm looking forward to it. You say Britain, I just about live in the Isle of Man, mate, but nearly.
So is that a place that they set aside for homosexuals? I'm just curious.
That is. Yeah.
Is it?
Me and Tyson Fury. Yeah. No, it's I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be the Colts who were playing there. It's either the Colts or Seahawks. It's either
Daniel Jones.
We're not playing the Titans at home, Jesse.
There we are, aren't we?
No, we're not. We've got the Seahawks, and I've just broke it down in our other chat there. So if you look at who we're playing,
we're playing Titans at home.
Playing there? Nope.
No,
we have
in Nashville.
We have so we at the moment it's been announced that the Jags are playing the
Bengals in
Texans are playing the Jags at Wembley. Falcons are playing Bengals in Madrid. LA Rams are playing in Australia. I can't see it being an NFC East opponent. So you basically got the Seahawks or the Colts. And I think it's going to be the Colts.
The Colts thing seems to have gained a lot of momentum in the last couple of weeks, because for a long time...
I would like that. I've never been to a Colts game.
Bengals or the Texans.
It was always going to be the Bengals when I heard that too,
Is the
Tony.
Texans Jags officially announced now for Wembley? I've not
yeah.
seen that. It's not on Schefter's list of official games, is it? I haven't seen it officially announced, unless I missed it.
All right, y'all want to have some fun since he mentioned Adam Schefter?
Yes.
Go on then.
This is how John watches TV. When you watch Adam Schefter and they have one of those panels where he's sitting on one of those stools with all those other guys around one of those things, if he's on the end, look at the stool he's on. I swear to God, they have to bring him a ladder to
He's a midget, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go to saying that because you're going to get us in trouble. But I tell you what,
person.
He is as little as anybody. He's a Bruno Mars, is what he is. That's how little.
So
he is.
We're speaking of the schedule.
Yeah,
week 2, the Thursday night game is the Bills and the Lions. The cheapest ticket to get in the door of that stadium that night is $663.
Is that in Buffalo or in?
That's
Detroit?
The new stadium opening up in Buffalo.
Highmark, the new Highmark.
It's the NFL, man. Look, I tell you what, I've said it for a while now. They're going to start to push to the point where they're reaching a saturation. As long as they've got rich people buying the tickets, they're not, then they don't care. But once you start to lose the regular fans, you got to start to make a decision as to who you want supporting your games.
You know how much the new RFK is going to be?
I know.
Ridiculous.
Why do you think I only go to one game now? I can afford it, but I'm just not. I'm just not. I am dead set against going to a concert that costs $400. I don't give a fuck how good you are. I'm not paying $400 to sit way the fuck up there that I can listen to you. No, I'm just not doing it. Especially if you play Sweet
Tell
Carol.
us what you really feel about it,
man.
That's right, dude. Shit's way too expensive anymore. The rent's too goddamn high. It is. It's crazy how much they want for these kinds of things. I go to the game because all these British guys come over and they want to go to the game with me. They're like, John, please, you've got to come to the game with us. It makes a whole year. So
I sit next to me. I'm good. Yeah.
I come out.
It wasn't a bad accent, John, to be fair.
All right. So all of you people that are over there on social media paying attention to us, why don't you come on over here on YouTube and chat with Scott and chat with Tony and chat with Jesse and chat with me. I'm not going to pay attention to you, but we'll talk to you anyway. And you can take part in our poll of who should the Commanders sign, Brandon Ayuk, Stephon Diggs, or someone else. So far, other has no votes. So all of you other wide receivers that are sitting out there with nothing to do, you're going to keep having nothing to do.
Max, who was who was your dad? Who was John gone on about at the Giants game and said that he wished did their children have any? Did his mother have any children that lived? Was it Chris Paul?
It was one of our offensive linemen.
It was an offensive lineman.
It was probably Chris Paul.
Who's the LSU offensive lineman that we got?
Sadiq Charles?
Sadiq Charles. That's right. Your mother doesn't even like you. That's right. Well, I mean, when I'm at the game, I have an opportunity to tell these guys how I really feel. Dude,
I want you all to know this is what I grew up with.
We have more fun watching the game than you can imagine. Listen, I was up in the VIP section, above the yellow seats, right in that last in section for a couple of games back in the day, and Brian Mitchell was playing. So that's how long ago this game was. And there's glass, right? There's windows in front of you, and one of them's open, and then one of them's closed, right? Well, Brian Mitchell did something that I didn't like, so I jumped up and I ran out the window. You God! And this fucking jawbone actually looked at me and said, he can't hear you. It's like, what the fuck did you even come here for? I walked out to go take a piss or get something. There's people out in the goddamn vestibule or in that's what I call it. It's not even a hallway. They're sitting there on easy chairs reading the paper while the game's going on. Weirdest experience at the football game I've ever had. All right, we do have a top.
That's what we call the prawn sandwich brigade. This side.
Yeah. You can't hear you. I don't care if he can hear me. He can't hear me at home either, but I'm yelling at him from here. So what's the difference? All right, so we got a top 10 now. Scott, you got your marching orders.
I'm
right?
ready to roll. Yeah,
ready to roll. All right, so let me know when I'm not underwater. Good to go. We're waiting for a meeting.
There you go.
I'm still swimming. All right, there we go. All right, this is the top 10 things likely to happen in London. With the Commanders game coming up, the top 10 things likely to happen in London. Number 10, Mrs. Andy Burroughs is rushed to the hospital after the vein on her forehead explodes upon learning Andy has invited 39 people to sleep on the couch for a week.
Facts.
All right, number 9 thing likely to happen in London. Keith falls asleep in Piccadilly Circus and sets the British record for pigeon poop accumulated on one man.
Yes.
All right, the number 8 of the top 10 things likely to happen in London. Number 8, Bobby's run in and say, "What's all this then?" to John, who is yelling at an elderly man with a cane to sit the fuck down and get the hell out of the way because he didn't come 5,000 miles and look at his stupid bowler hat.
Scott, that was
while wearing a New York Giants jersey. Yeah.
If you know, you know. All right, and if you don't know, a lot of British listeners and fans and friends, they come over and they go to the first game with us, right? So we're all sitting in this group, and this Giants fan, this old man with a cane, stood up, and Scott went down. "Oh, I didn't come all the way over here 4,000 miles. Look at the back of your bloody head, mate."
Angry Scott.
Oh, he is. I tell you what, Scott's the guy that fucking complains. Where's my hush puppies? All right. The number 7 of the top 10 things most likely to happen in London. Number 7, for months, we have to hear from people who emphatically refuse to fly to London until the Commanders change the name back. Would you people knock it off? Just stop it. Number 6 thing of the top 10 things most likely to happen in London. Number 6, as they step off the plane, the mayor of London presents each fan a token of appreciation for leaving those dopes behind. So we'll be glad to have that. Number 5 of the top 10 things most likely to happen in London. Keith takes a nap at Buckingham Palace. All right. Number 4 thing most likely to happen here in London. Number 4, Jesse must introduce us all to his plane pal. Yeah.
She came on the podcast last year.
Well, I know for a minute, but now we get to meet her and say hi. All right. Number 3, top 10 things most likely to happen in London. LJ gets thrown in the Tower of London for screaming, what, in Keith's face after she finds him dozing off in the British Museum.
Shout out
inside jokes, folks. If you're not paying attention to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, the BBP, you're going to miss these kinds of fun. Number 2 of the top 10 things likely to happen in London. Andy Burroughs' mania hits a fever pitch, and he is nearly knighted by King Charles, but his Royal Highness was unable to wrap his hands around the hilt of the sword to tap it. That's his life. Oh, well. And the number 1 thing most likely to happen in London, the Commanders kick the crap out of whoever it is they are scheduled to play. There it is. Hey, all right, that's enough of that.
Honorable mention, Max is going to call John 5 times to figure out how the hell to work his washing machine.
That's true.
That's very true.
Well, no, I broke it. They said it feels good if you sit on it. So I sat on it and it broke.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Just don't put the dog in it, mate.
So the schedule comes out what? This
Thursday.
International games tomorrow morning for you guys, 2 p.m. for us.
Hey now.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I mean, everything is a thing now. Everything is a thing now. So how do you feel about the uniform numbers? You all right with Sonny Styles at 52? Oh, I got to get rid of that thing.
Yeah, I quite like the story behind that. I thought you explained that quite well.
Yeah.
What was it? I didn't even hear that.
Well, apparently there were these 3 bears and they had some porridge, but it was too hot, so they went for a walk.
No, he went into the linebacker room and saw the pictures on the wall of like the former linebackers. So like they were all numbers in the 50s. So like LeVar Arrington and London Fletcher.
Putting those 2 names in the same category just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and then he said that when he was growing up, his favorite players were like Ray Lewis and Patrick Willis, who were both 52.
There you go. Neil
Olkewicz. Then his father and Neil Olkewicz, yeah. And then his father pointed out that 5 + 2 = 7, which was the number that he was picked, which is a bit obscure, but there you go.
Well, I thought Ray Lewis mentioned in his Hall of Fame speech, 5 and 2 = 7.
Who?
I think Ray Lewis in his Hall of Fame speech.
No, it wasn't Ray Lewis. It wasn't a Hall of Fame speech, but he did get to talking about numerology one day that was absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, fair play to Ray for knowing that 5 + 2 = 7. So
Ray's a piece of work, man. We used to have a ton of great video of Ray. I like Ray. You know, I like Ray. Ray gets stupid. Ray gets crazy. Ray will tell you to pull your pants up from around your waist.
It's a shame that police department didn't have much more video on him in 2000, but that's by the by.
All right, can of worms. Why not? We'll talk some history. Look, there's no way he might know who did it, but he didn't do anything. He probably sat right there in the van or in the limo going, "These dudes are
Neither
crazy."
did OJ, John.
OJ fucking flat out did it. He flat out did it. I think he knows who did it, but you know what? As soon as those two guys ended up dead, they stopped looking. You know, so
the glove don't fit.
That's what whatever. OJ flat out did it, and everybody knows it. And he spent his whole life really looking for the killer on every golf course that he could find. But all right, so
this is very nice. Thank you, Arwayne.
Arwayne says, appreciate the solid effort with the muscle thing. You guys consistently place in planning and producing. Planning.
If you only knew.
It's 4:00 on show day, and I'm just now getting off work going, okay, everybody, I'll have links to you by 5:35. We'll try to get it on time. It is creative and cleverly curated Commanders content. My compliments. there you go. I think that R. Wayne decided to see if I could say that at this juncture of the podcast.
What's that, alliteration?
He must be nuisance. Scott's going to indoctrinate you into the split chat, and you're going to freaking have all faith lost in us. All right. Is there anything left to talk about? I mean, we could speculate on the schedule, but Andy Burroughs will make fun of us. I don't want him to do that. He was making fun of people doing that the other day. But fuck it. LeVar Arrington, Ken Harvey. Ken Harvey. Ken Harvey.
Good question, though.
The only thing LeVar would win is who was the higher draft pick.
Look, I'm a Penn State fan, right? So I was high on LeVar Arrington. That dude was a national star. Mm-hmm. He was crazy out there for Penn State. People see the LeVar leap now, and that wasn't even it, man. He was just everywhere. When he came here, I don't know. The thing
he
that
was
LeVar
just always out of position.
He was out of position because he was freelancing a lot, but he always left his feet with a tackle. Dude, there was more times I saw LeVar get slung off by a running back in the NFL and take out 3 other tacklers. It used to drive me out of my mind. It's like, dude, this guy doesn't play for fucking Indiana Tech. He's playing for the 49ers. You're going to have to fucking hit him with your shoulder and drive him. You can't just do that shit. Anyway.
Ken Harvey was a beast.
Ken Harvey was a beast. All right, I think we're pretty much fresh out of ideas. Yeah. So we're pretty much there. All right, so I don't know the next time that we'll be back, but I'm sure it'll be a lot sooner than I expected. So we'll go ahead and say next Tuesday, just for shits and grins. And if we end up meeting here next Tuesday, well, thank you for being there.
See you then.
Be there for you. And until then, let me put on our music here. Let me see what's our music here.
That's it.
That's not our music.
That's not our music. There we go.
That's the high production.
Thanks for everybody on the chat. Seriously, Simone, always great to see you stopping in on chat. It's fun for everybody stopping in, even people that want to know the layout of my house and whether or not I can walk to the door. If I walk to the door, and am I going to get shot? Is there an assassin out there that hates the Bleeding Birdie podcast that much? I don't know. Jesse, what do you think? Have you ever had anybody attempt on your life for this show?
You are the world's worst podcast host, so maybe
maybe somebody's bucking for my job. I don't know.
It's Keith Gray.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me make fun of Keith Gray a little bit more. I did like that. That was cute. I like that one too. That was even better. All the pigeons on him. That's nice.
That's the one right there.
Yeah.
Keith in Piccadilly.
Gonna send that to Keith.
All right, now you know what? If he didn't see it on the show, shame on him. He should be watching us because we are who made you what you are, and you don't forget it. All right, until then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time from the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Please enjoy yourself, be responsible, and if you're not going to be responsible, stay the fuck home.
Tip your way